Hey folks, this is Derrick Schommer. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a daily vlog. It's going to be either on a Monday or Tuesday. I think it's going to be a Monday if I get this out. Otherwise, it'll be Tuesday morning. This week is Tiki Week, so all the recipes that you're going to see are Tiki based. They've been recorded 2 weeks ago. We just got back from Tales of the Cocktail, so I wanted to give you an update on that. First, I wanted to lead with what I actually have at the end here. For those that are looking to donate for Common Cocktails on our Patreon account or PayPal or whatever, it's patreon.com/CMC. I have a little bit of time left for our ebook that we're producing, and I want to make sure that the donation page is good. So what I want you to do is, if you've donated services, art, whatever, money, check our donation page. I put it up so I can validate everything. You want to go to everydaydrinkers.com/donations.pdf, all lowercase for that, and see if you've put anything into our PayPal, if you've sent anything through Patreon or anything like that. Just make sure your name is there. Some people are on a first name basis, so you may see some Johns or Tonys or whatever, Eric's. So if you've done a first name, I try to keep it that way. I did try to put everybody's name as it was written so that it was more personal, because it just seems like it should be personal in that way. So just check that out to make sure that your name's there. I wanted to get it all right before I publish the book, the ebook. I can always change it later, but I like to get the first run as close as possible. So just check that out, see if your name is there. If it's not, comment below, send me an email, dshomer@everydaydrinkers.com, whatever you have to do to make sure I can get the updates to that. Also, no live stream coming this Friday, which will be, I don't know, whatever comes after the 25th, 26th, 27th, 30th or something, end of the month live stream. I have a lot of content from Tales of the Cocktail, the conference we were at last week, so I want to make sure I can get a lot of that edited, having an entire week of episodes alongside an entire week of filming some long content too. I need some time to get some of that crunched down, and I think it'd be neat to kind of just dedicate next week to the Tales of the Cocktail interviews and stuff that we did. I've got a lot of production to do on that. So what I want to do is, I have some stuff that's, I've interviewed some people that for like 45 minutes just doing different breakdowns of their products and stuff. So I'm going to break it up into bite-sized chunks, try and keep them digestible, and you can watch as many of them as you want. Put them into a playlist for each of their segments, and that way you can consume what you need, go back to work, consume some more later without having to get tied into remembering where you are in a longer form video. Some of the guys that we met with with the brand ambassador for Di Serono, and did a cool interview there. You'll learn a little bit about Di Serono, what makes their amaretto a little bit more unique. I also found out that brand ambassador is in the Boston area, so I think I could probably get him on the show to do a week of Di Serono cocktails, which I think would be cool. He also, in that interview, talks about what kind of the latest and greatest pairings with Di Serono are, so you guys can kind of be up to date on your cocktail tastings. I also met with Backwards Distilling, which we did a review last week. This time we got to taste a couple of their other stuff, their gin and a moonshine, which was really cool. That was a longer interview, so I'll be chopping that one up. I hope the sound quality comes out okay, because it was an AC running. We're outside. Let's see who else we go with. Black Cow Rum, or Black Cow Vodka rather, and a complete pure milk vodka, which was really neat and very, very entertaining and interesting to learn some of the histories behind some of these products. A cachaça brand that we've had, I don't know if we haven't done on the show yet, but you'll see a full line of very casual tastings with the folks. You're going to learn a lot about cachaça next week. You're going to learn a lot about mezcal, because we did an interview with mezcal, with Kimosabi Mezcal, and a very knowledgeable individual, along with his daughter, their daughter-dad team, and one of their new hires is going to be doing a lot of the brand marketing and strategy around it. We got to sit down with them for a while and learn all kinds of cool stuff about cachaça and mezcal, and taste their products. So I think this week you're going to see tons of unique content from some smaller companies, and you're going to see a theme that we've noticed throughout the interviews about the growth and how they go about making some of their money, some of the challenges they have. We also had an interview with Perfect Puree at the Carousel Bar, so you get to see that. We'll be tasting some non-alcoholic drinks for some purees, and Cocktail & Sons, Max Mezier, who we have at awesomedrinks.com. We sat down in a tiny little bar in NOLA called Libre, and it was a fantastic place. It was the only place I've ever seen that, well, outside from Latitude, which we were at a few days before, which is Jeff Berry's bar and restaurant. El Libre only has rum, their entire thing. They make really great, fantastic Hemingway daiquiris. I had a Mai Tai there, which is the same Mai Tai that you're going to see on the show this week using Denizen Reserve. They only have rum. Like, it's a pretty amazing, small, like, closet-sized bar, which is really cool. Ian took a lot of footage around New Orleans this week. We did a spur-of-the-moment interview that you'll be able to see right in the middle of the Carousel Bar. Again, I don't know how loud it's going to be for levitating glassware. It was the founder of the oak bottle, so that's going to be neat. I also had the opportunity to meet with a bunch of fans, did some selfies, we went out with Kyle Wood, who's won contests on the show, probably 3 days. Kyle got to see probably the most in-depth crazy mayhem that happens with me, Ian, Jalitha, Dan, and Courtney, and we're out in the town every night until pretty late in the night. He also was with us at Latitude. We met Christopher, who's from Sweden, so we got to sit down with him for a couple nights. Salvatore, who came in one night and sat with us at the Carousel Bar for a little bit. What else did we do? So there was a bunch of different levels of fans, but what we try to take the time to be able to sit down with people and drag them out with us for dinner and do whatever we could. We meet with David, who was we met at El Libre, who's a big donor of the show. You'll see him in the donations as well, and so it was a really good time. Overall, it was very busy. I think next year, if we do this same type of strategy again, I will probably spend a little less time on the interviews. Do maybe one less each day, because I mean we were running from hotel to hotel and with like a 2-hour window sometimes in between, scheduling conflicts and stuff and bouncing people into different time slots. It was a lot, and we didn't get to see and do a lot of the different tastings, but Dan and Jalitha did, so they were drunk usually by noon, and it was a pretty good time. So if you want to stay tuned for us, a week from now we'll be back onto our live stream schedule. I think everything will start to get back to normal. But hopefully you enjoy some of the Tales of the Cocktail content from the conference that we're going to publish next week. That's it, my friends. Teaching how to drink.